Alright guys, this time we're going to talk about tactical reloads on the pistol. There's a wide range of the way tactical reloads have been taught, and this would be a proactive reload. I'll show you a number of variations. I'm going to work them all from the same reload position that I discussed earlier. Understand that historically, a lot of them were worked from low ready or from on point, but I think this will be visually easier to see. Okay, so the original tactical reload, as developed by Chuck Taylor and taught at Gunsight, consisted of getting the spare magazine in hand with the index finger on the face of the magazine. You went to the gun, you took the old magazine out between the pinky and ring finger, new magazine in, seated it, and then put this magazine away. Now, you're kind of asking a lot. What kind of big, chunky pistol magazines? And remember, this stuff was really developed on a single column 1911 magazine. But you really got a lot going on here, and not a lot of dexterity, not a whole lot of control. So a variation that happened was draw the magazine in the same manner, roll the index finger around so you now have your new magazine in a cigar grip, pinch the old magazine out between the thumb and index finger, seat the new magazine, put the old magazine away. So that was sort of an improved, it gave you better control over the two magazines, but you're still manipulating two magazines at the same time. Now, Chuck Taylor, after he left Gunsight, his variation on tactical reload was to come up to the gun, take the old magazine out, stick it between the pinky and ring finger of the gun hand, seat the new magazine in the gun, take the old magazine away. And his thought process was to have two magazines in the hand for the least amount of time. Okay, that's a good idea, but what kind of control do you have over the magazine or the pistol at this point? Incredibly weak grip on the gun, incredibly poor control. So I'm not a fan of that. Those are sort of your classic tactical reloads. I am not a fan of any of those as my proactive reload. The proactive reload, for me, consists of what is now known as a reload with retention from IDPA. The idea of taking this magazine out, putting it away, getting a fresh magazine, putting it into the gun. That's a reload with retention. The way that would look is this. I would come in here, I would take the old magazine out, I would stuff it in the waistband, procure a fresh magazine, seat it in the gun, and go. If I went to do a reload with retention and got back to the mag pouch and found nothing in the mag pouch, I'd come back to that magazine, put it back in the gun, and go. Now, if you measure the appropriateness of a tactical reload by the classic parameter, how long did the gun only have one round in it? I think you do yourself a disservice. What I mean by that is this. If we're going to do a tactical reload, guys will get the spare magazine up to the gun and go. And they measure just that amount of time and say that is a faster reload than a reload with retention, or so on. Yes, if all you're measuring is that small amount of time, you are correct. If it all goes according to plan, you are correct. If you're standing still and waiting to do it, you are correct. However, if you are in the process of moving, if you are aggressively moving the whole time, trying to move away, trying to take care of stuff, the likelihood of fumbling, of dropping one or both magazines, of causing a problem, I think goes way up. My strong preference when looking at pistol technique is, can I do it under stress? Can I do it when I'm moving? Can I do it when nothing is going right? So if I'm moving as fast as I can, if I am hauling butt, I can still get that magazine away, get a fresh magazine in the gun, run the slide if need be, and get back on the gun. So reload with retention is a more robust technique for a proactive reload.